Hello students, this is Preeti Mule, Associate Professor, Modern Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Indore. Today, we will be studying the classification of sympathomimetic agents, which are also known as the adrenergic agonists, and the sympatholytic agents, which are also known as the adrenergic agonists. Firstly, we will see what we mean by sympathomimetic drugs or the adrenergic agonist. Adrenergic drugs are medications that stimulate certain nerves in your body. They do this either by mimicking the action of the chemical messengers like epinephrine and norepinephrine or by stimulating their release. These drugs are used in many life-threatening conditions including cardiac arrest, shock, asthma attack or allergic reaction. Sympathomimetic agents that partially or completely mimic the actions of norepinephrine or epinephrine are also known as the sympathomimetic drugs or the adrenomimetic drugs or the adrenergic agonists or the adrenoreceptor agonists. Coming to the classification of the sympathomimetic drugs, these can be classified into two types based on the chemical classification as well as the mechanism of action. So, looking into the classification based on the chemical structures, that is the chemical classification, we will see that the sympathomimetic drugs are chemically classified into two main categories, the catecholamines and the non-catecholamines. By catecholamines we mean those nuclei which contain the catechol nucleus. So, coming to the classification of coming to the catecholamines, catecholamines are the ones which contain the catechol nucleus, that is the 3,4-dihydroxybenzene nucleus. Examples are norepinephrine, epinephrine, dopamine, dibutamine as well as isoproterenol. We can see the structures of the epinephrine, isoprenaline, norepinephrine, dopamine and dobutamine. The second class is the non-catecholamines. These are the ones which do not contain the catechol nucleus and have prolonged duration of action because they are not inactivated by the catechol O methyltransferase. Examples are ephedrine, phenylephrine, terbutaline, oxymetazoline. The second type of classification is on the basis of the mechanism of action. So, based on mechanism of action, the sympathomimetic drugs are classified into three categories: the direct acting, the indirect acting as well as the mixed agents. Coming to the direct acting agents, the examples are norepinephrine, epinephrine, phenylephrine, dopamine, methyltopa, clonidine, nafazoline, oxymetazoline, xylometazoline, dobutamine, isoproterenol, terbutaline, salbutamol and biltolerol. Coming to the indirect acting agents, the examples are hydroxyamphetamine, pseudoephedrine, propylhexidrine. Coming to the third category, that is the mixed agents, the examples are ephedrine and methyraminol. The direct acting agents, if we talk about them, they directly act as agonists on alpha and beta or on both. When we talk about the indirect acting agents, they act on adrenergic neuron to release noradrenaline or norepinephrine. And talking about the mixed agents, they act directly or indirectly. Coming to the second category, that is the sympatholytic drugs or the adrenergic agonist. The agents which antagonize the action of sympathomimetic agents or the sympathetic stimulations are called as the sympatholytic agents. They are classified into two: alpha adrenergic blockers and the beta adrenergic blockers. Coming to the alpha adrenergic blockers or the alpha agonists, the alpha adrenergic and beta antagonists, the alpha and beta antagonists prevent the interaction of endogenous neurotransmitter norepinephrine or sympathomimetics with corresponding adrenergic receptors. They bind specifically to the alpha receptors and interfere with catecholamine and sympathomimetic action. Role of alpha 1 and alpha 2 antagonists. Alpha 1 plays an important role in vasoconstriction. It causes increased peripheral resistance as well as increased blood pressure. The alpha 2 antagonists, they cause inhibition of norepinephrine release as well as inhibition of insulin release. Seeing the classifying the alpha blockers, they are classified into three types: the non-selective, selective and the miscellaneous. The non-selective are further classified into irreversible and reversible. The irreversible example is phenoxybenzamine and the reversible example is phentolamine tolazoline. The selective alpha blockers are further classified into alpha 1 blocker and alpha 2 blocker. Alpha 1 blocker are the examples are prazosin, terazosin, doxazosine, alfuzosin. Then examples of alpha 2 blocker are yohimbine. The miscellaneous categories examples are ergot alkaloids, dihydroergotamine and methylsergide. These are the structures of phentolamine, tolazoline, phenoxybenzamine, prazosin. Coming to the beta adrenergic blockers or the beta antagonists. These bind selectively to the beta receptors. These interfere with the ability of catecholamines or the sympathomimetics to provoke the beta receptors, which act on the heart, smooth muscles of the airway and blood vessels. Propranolol is a standard beta antagonist drug to which all beta antagonists are compared. Role of beta 1 and beta 2 antagonists. Beta 1 antagonist produces tachycardia, increases lipolysis as well as causes increased myocardial contractility. When we talk about the beta 2 antagonists, they also cause vasodilation, bronchodilation, increased release of glucagon. Coming to the classification of the beta blockers, the beta adrenergic receptor antagonists are further classified into three types, that is the first generation, the second generation and the third generation. The first generation are non-selective, the examples being propranolol, pindolol, nadolol, sotalol and timolol. The second generation are beta 1 selective, example being atenolol, acebutolol, bisoprolol, esmolol and metoprolol. The third generation are further classified into non-selective and selective. The non-selective ones are not selective for, they act on both beta as well as alpha 1. Examples being carvedilol and labetalol. When we talk about the third generation one, second class is the selective ones. Example being nebivolol as well as betoxolol. The structures of propranolol, atenolol, esmolol, labetalol and metoprolol are shown over here. This is all about the classification of the sympathomimetic drugs as well as the sympatholytic drugs. Thank you.